G'day, welcome to Gamey Game. I'm Evan and I'm joined by Dave Callan, Kate Dehnert, Jess Perkins.
Hello.
Well, it's all about superheroes this week. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is coming in September, but if you have an Xbox One, you can play the demo right now.
What?
I don't have an Xbox One, but Dave, you do.
I do,
and
showing
you've
off.
Played it.
I have played it. I like it. It's weird. I find, the most strange thing for me is they haven't moved with the times for this. I mean, obviously, graphically, it's more impressive, but it's still gone with that 90s style that Marvel vs. Capcom 1 had. But at the same time, I guess a 2D fighting game is something people want to play.
This looks great. It looks really cool.
This looks great. Hey, Dehnert out. I'm out. I'm done. Goodbye.
It's cool. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
totally, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the wonderful thing about this is you have, unlike Injustice, you have two lots of properties to kind of have characters from. So you've got Marvel, so all of the superheroes from Marvel Universe you can basically come in and out and have DLC of. And you've also got Capcom. So you've got stuff like Chris Redfield from Resident Evil, you've got like Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins. They all come together and fight Marvel superheroes, which is great. I mean, it is kind of a bit weird because the Marvel superheroes are superpowered, so they all have like powers that are almost indestructible.
Yeah, right.
Whereas characters from Capcom are kind of, for example, Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, he's basically a tiny knight.
Sir Arthur! Not bad for one so small.
And you, Thor, are indeed mighty for a heathen god.
Basically a leprechaun with armor, and he has a lance.
So how do they balance that?
I don't fancy him against, say, Iron Man, but still, it's
But
good
he
to
gives
see them
it a
together.
bloody red hot go.
He does.
You know?
I know, you get points for trying, don't
Yeah.
you? Jess?
That's how games should work.
Right.
Just points for enthusiasm.
Yeah, yeah. Wouldn't that be great?
Trying.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the round, they go, well, the most enthusiastic was Arthur, the leprechaun.
He really, and he never whinged, you know.
God bless
Kept
him.
getting stomped on and he just kept getting up. And that's the attitude we like.
A little while ago we played Tekken, we were talking about Tekken 7. How's the gameplay different as a fighter? They're both fighting
Right.
games.
It was actually kind of challenging for me because it's a demo. I mean, like I said when we played Tekken, there's two options when you play a fighting game. You can either button mash, which I don't have a problem with. I think it's fun just to go wheel, 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 wheel like that and just hope for the best. And the other way is to kind of actually go into practice mode and be a bit nerdy and a bit
Learn all
geeky
the
and
moves,
serious about
learn
it.
all the combos.
Learn the moves, the combos, the cancels. That's next level. Learn how to kind of do it. A cancel is when someone is when you're about to do a special move,
Yeah.
and you cancel the move and then do something else. And so
Your
they,
player actually walks in and goes, no, you don't.
yeah, totally. And throw counters work like that as well. So you kind of, someone goes to throw you and you do the right button combination to cancel what they're doing as a throw, so you can kind of interrupt them that way. But
Stop it.
I don't want you to
No.
do it. Yeah, so you can actually get quite deep with these fighting games. You can actually go next level, and kind of keep developing a style that's going to win you matches for online play or whatever.
Yeah. I imagine these games are far more interesting if you actually properly learn how to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the button mashing is fun because you never know what's going to happen. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, a special move happened. Don't know how I did it, but
Do these crossover games, do you think they have the depth of the Tekken series? That because Tekken's now up to, it's Tekken 7 is what, the 8th or 9th Tekken game?
yeah.
Wait, Tekken 7 is the 8th or 9th game?
Yes. Like, I think we went
Get
into
your
this.
shit together, Tekken.
Come on.
Come on.
Namco, what
That
are you
is
doing?
not on. I am very mad.
But they've really
I don't care.
they've really had a chance to delve into the Tekken games.
I feel
and build on them a bit, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like games have moved on from these 2D fighters. I mean, 1989, Street Fighter 2 came out, and that was a 2D fighter by means of necessity. They couldn't do 3D stuff back then.
Right, yeah.
Since then, games have developed. I feel like Tekken, you can sidestep, so that makes it truly 3D. And I don't know why they're still making 2D fighters. I guess people still like them, but I would love a 3D, more realistic than cartoon shading, Marvel versus Capcom. I think they could have really brought it into the new generation.
At E3, we got a closer look at the new Spider-Man game called Spider-Man.
Seriously? I want to be in that boardroom.
Would have been a long
Guys.
meeting.
It's called Spider-Man 7.
Yeah.
It's the
I want to call it the creepy crawly man. No, David, no.
He's a well-established character. He is Spider-Man. We're just thinking of what this game will be called.
It's currently in development for release in the first half of next year. It's for PS4 and PS4 Pro, presumably, in 4K and all the rest of it. But it looks pretty fun.
I want to call it Arachnid Boy.
God damn it, David.
It feels like
I want to
What
call
about
it tight.
Huntsman Lad?
Huntsman lad.
I want to call it tight clothing jumping man.
I want to call it Boy. How do you spell that?
T-T-T-F-T. Boy.
it looks like it pretty much does everything you want a Spider-Man game to do. It's open world, third person. You can just sort of sling around and explore the city and
Just sightsee.
yeah.
It's the most
Yeah.
boring
Stop
game. The most boring way to
There's also
describe
crime.
this
There's
action
crime.
You can
game.
walk down the street, stop for a hot dog,
Yeah,
meet a friend at a museum,
yeah.
That actually
What it
sounds
was
like a
like.
lot of no. It
wander
doesn't.
around that for a
Maybe
while.
not a museum.
Catch the ferry over to the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
it's- yeah,
Get a bagel.
yeah. Oh, yum.
Spectacular.
Find the public toilets.
Do a few flips.
You could fit a bagel and just bring it in. Oh, nom, 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 nom.
David, I mean, he'd pay for it, of course.
Well,
he's
I
a
guess
good boy.
He's pretty broke.
Yeah, he's he's a news photographer,
He's a
right?
photographer. Yeah, don't pursue the
There's no
arts.
jobs. There's no jobs in journalism now.
That's
I
true,
studied
yeah.
journalism. There definitely aren't jobs. You get into comedy instead.
He's
Oh no, Jess. Oh no.
heaven forbid that.
That's where I went wrong.
I don't think it ties in with the new movie either. This is my understanding.
Do you want to hear a fun fact? You saw the
I wanna
movie
hear
last
it.
night, right?
Yes, I did,
Oh,
yeah.
here's a fun fact. My auntie and uncle have been to Spider-Man Tom Holland's parents' wedding, so they know his mum and
Wow.
dad.
Wow.
Yeah. Tom Holland, the actor who plays Spider-Man, his dad is a stand-up comedian as well called Dom Holland. So you can
Really?
Google him, you can look him up on YouTube.
Oh,
but
there you go.
yeah, so my family knows Spider-Man. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
So what you're trying to
everyone.
say
With
is,
this guy.
what you're trying to say is you're best friends with Spider-Man.
Pretty much. I can call him up. I've got him on speed dial. I've got Peter Parker there. This does look wonderful. I think one of the things missing, and there have been good Spider-Man games, like the Ultimate Spider-Man. I like
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 as well. I love having New York City to swing around. I think that's fantastic. However, I think this looks interesting, and one thing they've never done before is have stealthy Spider-Man
Yeah,
sections.
that's a new thing in this one, right?
It's always all out, kind of like in the open kind of combat, whereas this one you can kind of hide on beam, sneak down, do bits
right.
and pieces, kind of like the Batman games from Arkham.
Is it like Splinter Cell, but without the 3 green dot things?
Yeah,
He felt a bit like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
He,
yeah.
he can go upside down with a grappling hook. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, that was fun in
Splinter
Splinter
Cell.
Cell. Yeah,
I like
going
Splinter
upside
Cell.
down and like grabbing people by the
But that's
neck.
pretty much all stealth, right? You don't really go all out action in Splinter Cell.
You can't run and gun in that one.
No, you
No, you can't.
do not do well.
Can you eat flies in this one?
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, I think that's how you get your energy back.
Well, I just feel like that's the main thing that's been missing from almost all Spider-Man games.
Right, yeah.
The ability to catch and eat flies.
Yeah, yeah, and the
100%
ability to
agree, yes.
to frighten people at night time.
Yeah, just like hide in people's showers.
Yeah.
And weird that the enemy isn't just birds. No birds in New York City.
That is weird, Evan.
Thanks, James.
That is weird. Hey?
If you're more of a DC fan, then you might want to check out Injustice 2. This is a sequel to 2013's Injustice: Gods Among Us. We were playing this just before. This is more of your kind of fighter, Dave.
Yeah, definitely. So the idea with this one is they're presupposing in Injustice 1, which was a similar kind of fighter with a roster of DC characters, they're presupposing that Batman beat Superman, and so Superman's kind of the underdog again. However, Superman seems to be the villain. I think it's because everyone loves Batman nowadays more than they love Superman, because
Definitely.
the Batman movies have been so successful. Superman hasn't had a good movie since 1978. And so I think Superman seems to be the villain. And I love the way they kick this off, because in the early aspects of the story mode, they just have Superman come in, and obviously Superman is a god. He's like so powerful. He's got laser eyes, what does Batman have? A lot of money. So he's just got, all these gadgets and stuff. So what he does is, in the previous games or previous encounters where Batman has fought Superman, he just kind of dropped a grenade, which has kryptonite. To bring Superman
His
rather
one weakness.
back. His one weakness. His one Achilles heel back to human level. And in this one, they've mixed it up. It's a red sun grenade, so it's not kryptonite. It's like apparently a piece of the sun that blew up that destroyed Krypton. So
Wow, okay.
it's a completely different plot.
Right. His one weakness.
His other one weakness.
If I may ask a question.
Yes.
What would your kryptonite be?
Probably a rotten potato. Yeah, I would say.
Yep.
What would yours be, Jess?
Probably just like a hug.
A hug from anyone or
Anyone.
Uh-oh.
No,
Here it comes.
no, don't.
Freaky. No. Read the signals, man.
That was so uncomfortable to watch.
That's gonna be in the preview. Let's put that in the sizzle reel. What would your kryptonite be?
Cute boys.
Oh, that's me. I'm the kryptonite. Here he
And then
comes.
what would your
Someone for a
kryptonite
hug.
be?
The sun?
The sun.
No, that's
fun.
not. No.
The sun would be your kryptonite.
Maybe.
Do you not tan well?
No, not at all.
I go very pink.
I go,
so,
yeah.
there you go.
I'm
Probably-
too pale.
Yeah, for me, like DC, for me is interesting because you obviously have a lot of superheroes. You got like Batman, Superman, The Flash, Green Lantern are the main kind of four, I would say. However, I don't like any of them. I only like Batman. I don't even like Superman. I think he's just
I
ridiculous.
don't like Superman either. I'm a
to
big
be
Batman
honest.
fan.
He's
Controversial.
What's this one person that just got to have every
know
these
what?
are not words, but basically what I'm trying to say is that he's got it too good. There's
Yeah.
too much, and that's why I find those movies so uninteresting to watch because you're like, I have no idea what the limit of like what is dangerous to you because you're
Yeah,
going
yeah.
through all these buildings, and I would argue that would probably be enough to be like, oh wow, really testing the limits, but he's still just like,
Brushes
Yeah.
himself off.
yeah.
Yeah, totally. I think it makes it less interesting when someone is so overpowered that there's no real kind of
There's no stakes.
right
Yeah.
stakes.
No stakes.
You're fired, Superman.
Get out of here.
Get out.
Go back to Krypton. Nobody go. We grew here. You flew here. In a weird pod, and then picked up a truck, and then weird country people adopted you. I like Batman so much, though. I think he's easily one of the greatest. He's not a superhero because he doesn't have superpowers. He's technically a hero, and he's one of the greatest ever. Also, I think all of the great DC characters are Batman's enemies. Like, he has so many wonderful enemies that are way better than the other heroes. So you got like Poison Ivy, you've got like Harley Quinn, Catwoman, you've got Mr. Freeze, you've got the Joker, of course,
yeah.
and the list goes on. I think they're all really inventive and incredible kind of characters, and they all have really great backstories. They're really conflicted, and they have individually, and the Penguin's another one, they have actual motivations, and I think no other characters in the entire DC universe compare.
What's the Penguin's motivation?
Oh, he's basically
Fish.
a gangster. Fish.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want access to trout 24/7.
I won't
And I
stop.
will kill
I want
until
little
I get
penguins
it.
everywhere. In all the cities. In all the towns.
And I'm gonna wear a monocle and a top hat until it happens.
What is the Black Canary's backstory?
So I don't know much about Black Canary, but did you play
I was
Black
playing-
Canary earlier?
Yeah, and from what Kate and I could tell, her power is just to nag at you.
She does that high-pitched kind of sonic scream,
Yeah,
doesn't she?
She just kind of screams at you.
Classic woman behaviour.
We both really connected with her.
Yes, yes.
Like Black Canary uses nag,
Yeah. You haven't done the dishes!
It's super effective.
and he falls over all the time.
Oh, I'm sorry, jeez.
Yeah, it's great. I liked her a lot.
You played as
I played
Gorilla
as
Grodd,
Yep.
the bad guy.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
My talking monkey friend, he did really well. But Robin, hated playing with Robin. Like, whoa, okay.
Oh yeah, Robin.
Hated playing with Robin.
Let me just backtrack on that one. as Robin. He walks like he has a stick up his butt.
He does totally, yeah.
Wonder Woman's wearing pants though. Remember?
Yeah, I liked that.
We
I liked
excited
that she wore
Wonder Woman
pants.
put on pants and had flat shoes on.
Yeah,
Because in the movie, she's wearing high heels the whole time.
makes more sense.
And I'm like, no, your back is just
Heels
going to
would
be
hurt more if you were getting
Yes,
kicked by heels.
such a physical job.
No, but they were wedges, so they're still flat. They're not going to hurt to be kicked, so it's just uncomfortable
Right.
for her to walk in.
It's just
But
inconvenient.
She
Yeah.
can make her own decisions. We're not.
True,
not
and I'm
on
sure
us
her
to put
calves
that on
looked
her.
amazing.
We need to unconditionally support each other.
You are absolutely correct. Thank
Yeah.
you. Good, great wedges, Wonder Woman.
Well, you go, girl.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah, wedges.
Oh, wedges now.
Yeah, yum. Let's get some sour cream and chili sauce all up in this bitch. That's the thing. You can't actually, like, with wedges, it's like all the kind of inconvenience of a heel without any of the kind of extra damage.
Yeah.
It's like
Use a stiletto, that would
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sense. You could use that as a weapon,
Yeah, 'cause,
as we often have.
right in the jugular.
There's also a mobile version of this on iOS and Android, right?
Yeah.
Is that much different to the? It must be not as good as the PlayStation version, right? Sure.
Yeah, so they've basically done a simplified version. They kind of scaled it back and
Are
they
the
made
controls simplified? Like it must be.
Yeah, well, obviously because you got a touch screen for a phone or a
Yeah.
tablet. Yeah, exactly. You're basically playing piano.
Do they use your iPad?
well, if you're just doing this, I suppose you have the area. You're doing that with a controller anyway, I suppose. Yeah. But if you want to win, you play it.
Diddly diddly diddly.
Okay, I'm going to put it on my iPad. You put it on your iPad. Let's
Type each other to
You guys
death.
can
spend some time sitting next to each other, not talking, but just smacking our iPads.
Make grooves in the glass of the screen by the end.
yeah.
Mum, my
just
iPad
indents.
broke again.
So I did like the iOS version. Obviously, it's a scaled back version. It's very simplified. So the command inputs are stuff like swiping, tapping. So you swipe back and you run backwards.
Not
While running backwards, you can hit the screen and it'll fire like a batarang if you're Batman, or
Yeah, right.
like a gun if you're Poison Ivy, or one of those people.
One of those people.
Punching the screen.
Wouldn't that be great? Imagine this game just going bam, bam, bam. Come on!
Am I winning? You throw it out a window. Game over. KO.
One thing I don't like is in the olden days, fighting games, would actually they'd stand up for themselves, they'd be fun in and of themselves to play. I feel like, particularly with the iOS version, we've gone into a world where you're basically trying to unlock things all the time.
Yeah.
So there's so many costumes and add-ons and helmets and like gauntlets, greaves, torso pieces that you have to unlock, and all of them are like very incrementally better than each other, and there's so many of them. And so you're basically fighting to unlock these little boxes that you can kind of unlock, and it's a bit like pokies, it's a bit like gambling, because you get
Yeah.
random kind of costume pieces. And I like the olden days where you just play a game because it was good.
That's the thing. Like, I've never actually played a game and went, "Oh, good, I've got a different hat." I wish that, I wish that you could actually buy. I mean, I guess this is people you'd buy better swords or whatever, armor. But like, I want it to be realistic. Like, you get a cast, and then you have to you can use the cast to hurt, and then crutches, and then a neck
yeah,
brace.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I want stuff like that. But it's a little bit obstructive as well.
Got
Two people in wheelchairs coming at each other by the end of it.
That'd be so good, because like the next round you're like, that's not realistic. They got their arm broken in the last round,
So good.
let's have them with a cast on. And that would be pretty hard if you
Yeah.
like smack someone in the head with your cast.
But then it would also hurt you quite a lot.
Yeah, and it
Fair.
just slow down the healing process, which I think is their main focus.
You can't play the game properly again for like 6 weeks until your arms get better.
It's real-time healing.
Yeah.
It's got to be more exciting clothing pieces to buy than a cast.
Wheelchair, crutches,
Okay.
neck brace.
Yeah, I like the neck
One of the
brace
ones
idea.
for dogs, but
Yeah,
put on a
kind of.
human.
Where'd you go?
So you don't lick your.
You have to look
Injury.
like this.
I've got a narrow field of vision. Oh.
So, Injustice 2 is out right now.
Ow.
On what did you do to yourself?
I real-time injured myself.
Great.
Awesome.
Injustice
You need a
2
cast.
is on PS4, Xbox One. It's on iOS and Android, and probably other things too. It's on lots of things. Not
You can
computer.
get it in your own mind.
In your own mind.
I'm playing it right now.
What?
I'm winning.
No, you're not.
Oh no.
But that's it for this week. Subscribe to the channel for more episodes. New episodes every Monday. Like it and comment and stuff like that. And we'll see you next time.
I'm gonna try a
Maybe
cool
that'll be my-
salute. Watch this.
Oh.